Namaste. Hamesha khush raho betiya. My name is Manisha Singh. Today I am teaching you centrifugation. First of all, what is centrifugation? Centrifugation is a procedure that involves the use of centrifugal force for the sedimentation of mixture with a centrifuge used in the industry and in the laboratory settings. More dense components of the mixture move away from the axis of the centrifuge, while less dense components of the mixture move towards the axis. Then principle of centrifugation, a particle, whether it is a precipitate or a macromolecule or a cell organelle, in subjected to a centrifugal force when it is rotated at a high rate of speed. The centrifugal force F is denoted by the equation F is equal to m mu r square r, that is F is equal to intensity of the centrifugal force, m is the effective mass of the sedimenting particle, that is the angular velocity of rotation, and r is the distance of the migrating particles for the central axis of the rotation. A more common measurement of F in terms of Earth's gravitation force, G is relative centrifugal force, RCF it's defined by RCF is 1.119 into 10 to the power minus 5 rpm square r. This equation relates RCF to a revolution per minute of the sample. Equation dictates that the RCF on a sample will vary with the R, the distance of the sedimenting particles from the axis of rotation. The RCF value is reported as a number of times gravity G. Laboratory tabletop centrifuge. A laboratory tabletop centrifuge, the rotating unit called the rotor, has fixed holes drilled at an angle. Test tubes are placed in these slots and the motor is spun. As the centrifugal force is in the horizontal plane and the tubes are fixed at an angle, the particles have to travel only a little distance before they hit the wall and drop down to the bottom. These angle rotors are very popular in the lab for routine use. Then instrumentation for the centrifugation. The basic centrifuge consists of two components. One is electric motor and the driven shaft to spin the sample, and a rotor to hold tubes or other containers of the sample. A wide variety of centrifuges are available, ranging from a low centrifuge speed with used for routine pelleting of relatively heavy particles, and there are three types of centrifuges. Low speed centrifuge, it is also known as clinical centrifuge. The common centrifuge has a maximum speed in the range of 4000 to 5000 rpm with RCF value approx up to 3000 xg. These instruments usually operate at low temperature with no means of temperature control of the samples. Two types of rotors, fixed angles, and swinging buckets may be used in these instruments. Low speed centrifuges are especially useful for the rapid sedimentation of coarse precipitates or red blood cells. The sample is centrifuged until the particles are packed into a pellet at the bottom of the tube. The upper liquid portion, the supernatant, is then separated by decantation. Second type of centrifuge is high speed centrifuges. High speed centrifuges for more sophisticated biochemical applications. Higher speeds and temperature control of the rotor chambers are essential. Rotor chambers in most instruments are maintained at or near 4 degrees Celsius. Three types of rotors are available for high speed centrifugation. First one is fixed angle rotor. Second one is swinging bucket rotors. And third one is vertical rotor. High speed centrifuges are used to sediment cell debris after cell homogenization, ammonium sulfate precipitates of proteins and cellular organelles such as chloroplast, mitochondria, and nuclei. High speed centrifuges include the 15,000 to 20,000 rpm centrifugal field of 1 lakh grams, large sample capacity depending on rotor, normally refrigerated. Research, it is used in research applications. Differential separation of nucleus, mitochondrial, protein precipitate, large intact organelle, cellular debris, and bulky protein aggregates. Then ultracentrifuges. The most sophisticated of the centrifuges are the ultracentrifuge. Because of the high speed attainable, intense heat is generated in the rotor, so the spin chamber must be refrigerated and placed under high vacuum to reduce friction. It is the high speed centrifuge that has fixed head rotors. It is mainly used in separation of the lipoproteins. Since The separation is long process. There is a generation of heat and thus are provided with internal cooling system. Ultracentrifuges can be used for both for preparative work as well as for analytical. Preparative models, it's primarily used for separations and purification of the samples for further analysis, and analytical model, which are designed for performing physical measurements on the sample during sedimentation. These are the characteristics of ultracentrifuges: 65,000 RPM, and it has limited shelf life, expensive, requires special rotors, care in use, that is balance is critical. Then it is used in research applications. The high speeds used in such devices generate considerable amount of heats. Therefore, cooling arrangements and vacuums are required in ultracentrifuges. This is the types of centrifuges, its use and characteristics. For all the three types of centrifuges, for low speed, high speed, and ultra centrifuge. Then applications of centrifugations. First of all, preparative techniques. Centrifuge is in undergraduate biochemistry laboratories are most used most often for preparatory scale separation. This technique is quite straightforward, consisting of the placing of the sample in a tube or similar container, inserting the tube in the rotor, and spinning the sample for a fixed period. The sample is removed and two phases, pallet and supernatant, may be separated by careful decantation. Further characterization or analysis is usually carried out on the individual phases. This technique, called a velocity sedimentation centrifugation, and separates particles ranging in size from coarse precipitates to cellular organelles. Then differential centrifugation. In this process, a tissue is first homogenized to break the cell membranes and mix up the cell contents. The homogenate is then subjected to repeated centrifugations, each time removing the plate and increasing the centrifugal force. Finally, purification may be done through equilibrium sedimentation and the desired layer extracted for further analysis. Separation is based on size and density, with larger and denser particles pelleting at lower centrifugal force. Although the technique is similar to preparative differential centrifugation, but the goal of an experiment is to measure the sedimentation coefficient of the particle. Then density gradient centrifugation. It is a process for separating particles from such as viruses or ribosome, or molecules such as DNA, in which the sample is placed on a preformed gradient such as sucrose or cesium chloride. Upon centrifugation, either by rate zonal or equilibrium procedures, the macromolecules are banded in the gradient and can be collected as a pure fraction. Density gradient centrifugation permits the separation of multi-component mixtures of macromolecules and the measurement of sedimentation coefficient. Two methods are used: zonal centrifugation, in which the sample is centrifuged in a preformed gradient, and isopycnic centrifugation is in which a self-generating gradient is formed during the centrifugation. Hope you all are satisfied with this session. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. If you have any query, please mention it in a comment box. I will resolve them whenever we have a live session. Thank you so much for watching this video.